All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to come on here and do a quick review of today's trade. Today I took SMMT. All it was a basic extension exhaustion gap short, and people were asking me about um, what made me interested in this specific trade. And I blocked all this out. I don't want to show my full account number. So the basic concept really was it was all big picture daily context. Um, Now it's a day three short. Okay, so you get this consolidation. This is the breakout day right here. Had this little range, broke out, continuation move, exhaustion gap, euphoric spike in the morning, failed VWAP, went red and failed. The PT was around 15-minute 200. It's not exact. It's going there now. But 15-minute 200. NVIDIA went down to the 8 EMA on the daily chart. That is the second PT. But I just took the single. It's not an A plus, but it's a great trade. It's going now. I also had to leave the desk early today for the chiropractor, but it's going right down to the PT now. It's making new lows currently. It's a great trade. This is a good way to add into the winner. All I did, very simple. Um, it's dumbed down trading 101. I teach it all the time. I let it spike, squeeze, euphoric squeeze, failed, VWAP, shorted, added into the winner once it confirmed red, right? We had a green day, not going red, finally going red. So what does that, and when you think of the players in the stock, when it finally goes red after 2 days going green, breaking out, you know, breakout, continuation, euphoric gap, fail. When it finally goes red on this day, you can add. Why? Because you should expect panic, right? Because now people are going to start taking profits. Whoever's holding, they get bagged, and a lot more profit takers come in, stop losses, and things like that. So green now goes red, panics. And it was a very simple concept. So I have a question here from someone that I do want to answer on the Discord, and um, they asked me, how did you determine today was the day for SSMT play? It's a multi-day runner, and today is the fifth day. Why not Friday or even tomorrow? Are you looking for a certain gap percentage like other plays? Gap percentage for me does not matter as long as the daily chart is lining up. This is a $1 billion company, so it's not a small cap. So the extension, it's up from this breakout, it's up about 40%. For me, that is extension. 40% on a large cap like that, 40% is extension, right? When we talk about market caps and relative potential of runs, we obviously see these 20 million, 100 million market caps run 300, 400, 500%. It is everything's different, right? Like I always say, understand what you're looking at. This market cap is not like a small cap, so 40% is a lot. So he's also asking, today is the fifth day. To me, it's not the fifth day, right? You get 1 day, 2 day. This is a reset day for me, right? A reset, breakout, continuation for a gap. So it's not the fifth day. Depends how you look at it. For me, it's not. Why not Friday? Well, because Friday, it just broke out the day before. I'm expecting what? Continuation, right? That's why I didn't trade it. I'm expecting the continuation after the breakout. Breakout, people start looking at it. They get in then they chase it, and it has another green day, and then euphoric gap, profit takers. Um, or tomorrow. Why would I wait till for tomorrow, right? The setup is very basic. Um, I'll pull it up on Thinkorswim. Do not overthink it. In general, what I'm looking for is that morning push on the euphoric gap after a breakout, continuation, gap. And I'm waiting for it to push, fail, view up, add, and then add once it goes red and bring it down to the 15-200 EMA. Sometimes it will go down to the 8 EMA on the daily, big picture context. And I'm just playing a mean reversion trade. Now, I'm going to show you a few examples of where this exact thing happened. Well, I'll show you the most recent large cap example. NVIDIA was the same exact play. SMCI was the same exact play. And I'll go ahead and show you that right now. Stress-free trading. It was very easy. I got about 3,500 shares on this. I was always comfortable. I had a risk at one point about $3,000, and I was comfortable about it. I knew what I was doing. So here we go, right? When people look at it from right here, they're like, well, this is like the 7th day, whatever. This, the 6th day. No, for here, we have the consolidation, breakout, and it's a 3-day pattern. Breakout, continuation, euphoric gap. Right? Because you got to think about it, right? When a stock breaks out after hours and things such as, it starts what? Attracting buyers. More times than not, people are late. That's why stocks run a lot further than you think, because people get in late, right? They see it late. They don't get in right here. A lot of people see it up here when it's up a lot already, and they chase it, and it keeps going. So I just look for the day 3, right? Breakout, continuation, euphoric gap. I believe it did it somewhere else as well. Maybe June. Let me see. 1 second. Similar right here, right? Breakout. It broke out. You see, it barely broke out. Continuation, euphoric gap. You see it? So that right here, breakout, continuation, euphoric gap. All right? And SMCI on this day, 216, was the same exact entry method, guys. And I did trade this. I did trade this as well. This was, I think I made like 6,000 on this one. I should have made more. But euphoric spike in the morning after the gap. Failed view up in. You can add once it goes red. Tighten up your risk from high day to maybe this perk right here, and ride it down. The PTs, the 8-minute on the 8 EMA on the daily, as well as the 15. This is the 50. I don't know why this is at the 50. Oh, because this is the daily chart. Okay, and then take some off at the first PT, right? And then some on the daily chart as well, if you want. Very simple. NVIDIA. Was the same thing, NVIDIA. I already have it drawn out, because I always look at the stuff. Breakout. Continuation, euphoric gap. Right? And you get that extension, right? For a large cap, that's an extension, believe it or not. I mean, so 3-8. This obviously is a reverse split now, so. But this was a huge, huge move. Right? Get that morning push, euphoric push. Chasers get in. Fails view up. Then you can add once it goes red. PT 15, and then you can ride it down to the 8. I believe this went to the 8, and it did. And that was the trade. Very simple. The main thing, of course, I always say the patterns are easy. Just making sure you're controlling your risk at all times. Patterns are easy. It's a very dumbed down trade. So that's all it is. Breakout, continuation, exhaustion gap, extension. Exhaustion gap, you short. So it's a day 3 short. Day 1, day 2, day 3 gap short. And that's it. That's a large cap. Now, how did I find this? Well, and it's not going to be a long video, guys. I mean, this is easy trading. Well, yesterday night, and Friday, on my scanners, SMMT, large cap, exhaustion gap short. Right? Pulled it up, fit the criteria. Now what did I do this morning? I said in the Discord, I will not just force this trade. I let the trade come to me. I'm gonna wait for the entry to come, and that's what it did. If it failed down here, I wouldn't have got in. I let the trade come to me, and I got in, executed, and I made money. That was really it. Very dumbed down trading. It's simple trading. I always say, the patterns are easy. It's the making the right decisions every day, controlling your risk, and things like that. That's the hard part. The patterns should not be difficult. It's very dumbed down trading. This is why I can make money, is because I don't second guess every decision I make. I have conviction. I take the trade, and either it works or it doesn't. More times than not, it works. But when it doesn't, what do I do? Do I fight it? Do I have an ego? Do I have to be right, or do I cut it? Right? That's why I put hard stops. I don't have that issue. Then I walk away. Right? And it was just a good trade. So that's really it. There's nothing more to really talk about. If you have any questions, you can hit me up personally. It could be confusing if you don't understand it, but you could go back and look at past examples. There's a ton of them. And I do have a post on Twitter from a few months ago if you want to go look of a bunch of small caps that did the same pattern: breakout, continuation, gap, short. Cool. All right. So I hope this helped you guys, and take care.